For a moment in the 20th century, one criminal network held more power than politicians, police, and even the prime minister. This is the story of how the Mafia tightened its grip on Italy. In the early 1900s, Sicily was a land caught between poverty and fear. Villagers whispered about men who solved problems with silence instead of law. These men called themselves men of honor, but their honor came from control, threats, and hidden violence. By the 1920s, the Mafia was no longer a secret group in villages. It had spread into cities like Palermo and Naples, shaping decisions in markets, courts, and even police stations. Every business owner knew the rule: pay protection money or risk losing everything. Most chose to pay. When Benito Mussolini rose to power, he declared war against the Mafia and sent police forces to hunt their leaders. For a few years, it seemed like the government was winning. Some Mafia bosses fled, others were jailed. But the Second World War changed everything. When Allied forces landed in Sicily in 1943, they needed local guides who knew every corner of the island. The Allies turned to Mafia figures who offered help in exchange for power. It was a silent deal that opened a new chapter in Italian corruption. After the war, Mafia leaders returned home as heroes. With new respect, they stepped deeper into politics. Some local officials owed their positions to Mafia favors. Votes were bought. Promises were traded. By the 1950s and 60s, the Mafia controlled construction contracts, agriculture, shipping, and entire neighborhoods. They even decided which families got jobs and which businesses survived. For many Italians, the Mafia felt like a second government. Then came the 1970s. The Mafia entered the global drug trade. Money poured in faster than ever. Anyone who challenged them risked their life. Judges, police officers, journalists, and brave citizens were targeted. But the violence woke the nation. Ordinary Italians joined forces with honest police and courageous judges who refused to back down. It took decades of investigations and arrests to weaken the Mafia's grip, but Italy refused to surrender. Today, the Mafia still exists, but no longer controls the country the way it once did. Italy is proud of the people who stood up and fought back. This chapter of Italy's past is a reminder that fear can rule for only so long. When people stand together, even the strongest criminal empire can fall.